Hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Leanne and I am from Purple Fox Virtual Assistants, and I am here with Joe Middleton from Dog First Aid Franchise Limited today. Dog First Aid are one of our customers. We do some admin support for them, and I'm here just to ask some questions about the franchise and franchise opportunities. So if you're dropping by, please let us know that you're here. Give us a thumbs up or drop us a comment, and please let us know if you can hear us as well. We have a few listeners already.
Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Zoe. Can you hear us? Maybe we're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, maybe. If you could give us a thumbs up, guys, if you can hear us, that looked like a thumbs up to me. Thank you. Great. So I'm just going to ask Joe a few questions about Dog First Aid Franchise Limited and the franchise opportunities.
Hi, Pauline.
If you've got any questions of your own, Joe will do her best to try and answer them for you near the end. So please do just drop a little comment if you do have any questions. So firstly, Joe, who are Dog First Aid Franchise Limited?
Wow, Dog First Aid Franchise Limited. We are basically a business that has got dogs at the heart of what we do. We're the largest organisation internationally of our type, and we are very, very blessed to be multi-award winners this year. Yeah, absolutely. The first course was in 2013. Way back in 2013. Doesn't seem possible that this is our 6th year this year. Off the back of the first course, a lady who attended with her dog, who was a rescue, Lancelot, actually went on and saved his life. He severed 3 main veins and an artery on some broken glass out on a walk. So that was a pretty big push for me to get out there and spread the word about Dog First Aid. In 2015, our course became CPD accredited, and then in 2016 we franchised and went through the process with business experts, legal experts, franchise experts, a really lengthy process to make sure that all the systems and processes were in place, but needed to franchise to maintain continuity and maintain the quality, and to spread the love, because it wasn't possible to keep up with the demand. Became a franchise in 2016 and had 3 pilot territories coming on board, 3 pilot franchise partners, and we've just gone from strength to strength. Because we've all got shared values, shared passion at the centre of our business, we all support each other, and we all run alongside each other, making sure that we boost each other up and give each other support and shared resources. We've got veterinary professionals on board. We've got some franchise partners who are registered members of the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons. We've got some franchise partners who are qualified teachers. We've got trainers. So a wide range of people on board. So that's who we are in a nutshell, really. But essentially, we're all a bunch of dog nuts. So the business has gone to the dogs.
So what is it that you're selling? What do you do, and what are you selling at Dog First Aid Franchise Limited?
Essentially, we empower canine professionals to save lives. We also have an amazing amount of wonderful dog owners on our courses as well. We do aim our courses at people who work with dogs, because they've got a duty of care not only to their clients, but ultimately to the dogs. So to be able to go out and teach people courses, that's one thing that we're selling. The other thing, of course, is the equipment to back that up. Hi, Catherine. Catherine's our lovely franchise partner from Scotland. She's just joined in there. Yeah, so we've got lots of different strings to our bows, but essentially we are instilling people with the confidence to act. And we actually guarantee that when people come on our courses that they will be taught the life-saving skills that they need, and they will be instilled with the confidence as well. And if they don't feel that that has happened, then they're welcome to come back and attend another course for free.
Okay. So if somebody's interested in becoming a franchise partner and taking on a territory of their own,
Yeah.
What type of people are you looking for?
Oh, that's a good question. I think essentially a magic ingredient, if there is such a thing, because we can teach the skill sets needed to stand up in front of people. We've got a fantastic team of veterinary professionals who do one-on-one training with our franchise partners, and we've got an amazing training package for everyone, an ongoing training support for our franchise partners. But what you can't teach is the passion for dogs, but also the ability to stand up and deliver a course in front of a room full of doggy people in a way that they're going to remember that course content 1 year, 2 year, 3 years down the line when it actually counts. If you're faced with an emergency situation where you've got someone who's just gone out to walk their dog, yeah, it's a bit like having something on your to-do list. So you're going to put the bins out, you're going to take the kids to school, and then you're going to walk the dog. And then an emergency situation happens with your dog. Essentially, a family member comes back to you covered in blood, for example. And quite often, as you know, they can make horrific noises, even just with perceived pain, never mind the actual pain itself. So it's a real shock for people. And to be able to remember what you learned on a training course that you completed some time ago at that moment when there is that shock setting in is something that is really tricky. But the way that we teach, the course content itself is designed so that you are able to take a deep breath and strip it back to basics so that you're kick-starting yourself into action and getting to grips with what's what. I completely veered off topic, Leanne. I can't even remember what the question was.
The question was, what sort of people are you looking for to come on board as a franchise partner?
Yeah, so we're looking for people who can teach people how to step forward in an emergency situation and how to act. Give the other lady bunny ears.
So William Duffield says, Joe, I gave you bunny ears at Mad in Chichester. You're fantastic. Why? I didn't know you had bunny ears.
You got Sorry, I haven't got my bunny ears with me, but we can pretend, Will. Love Mad About Dogs. If anyone is in the Sussex area, check out Nicole Russell, who's our franchise partner, lovely veterinary nurse who runs the courses down there. But Mad About Dogs in Chichester, absolutely fantastic, lovely couple who run it. They've got a hydrotherapy centre, but they've got all sorts of agility equipment, training, a lovely shop, coffee shop, brilliant place.
And they also give people bunny ears.
And they, I like to think that I'm special with bunny ears.
Right,
so essentially, sorry, to answer your question, we want people who want to be their own boss. We want people who want to be their own boss, but they want a leg up, if you like. So they're looking to work for themselves, but not by themselves. Want a proven business success model. And they essentially are honest, reliable dog lovers who would like to have a business where there's heart, where there's meaning, where they're able to give back. And if you check out our mission statement on our website under the About section, you'll see our core beliefs in there. We're very much about giving back, raising awareness. We've got a brilliant platform where we can raise awareness for amazing courses. So it would be brilliant if you could could check out that section of the website and just have a look through, because it really underpins the whole business.
And do you want to tell them the website address?
Oh yeah, that'd help. So it's just dog-first-aid.com, dog-first-aid.com, and if you just put /mission afterwards, it will come up with those core beliefs on there.
So let's get down to some nitty gritty, because I'm sure if any of you are watching and are interested in the opportunities, one of the big questions that people are going to have is, how much do they need to invest?
Yeah. Well, the initial investment is $12,995 plus a £2,000 equipment package, which anyone who's looked at franchise opportunities will know that is a very reasonable investment. We do guarantee that. We are so confident in our business systems and processes that we guarantee that initial investment. So when you come on board, if you don't make every penny of that back within the first 12 months, then we refund it to you. Touch wood. No, we are so confident that we're happy to put that guarantee on. Our franchise partners turn over on average between £2,000 to £3,000 per calendar month, and some up to £4,000 to £5,000. So there's no reason, if you're following the systems and processes, that you're not going to be able to hit those targets. The amazing thing is that, yes, it's a brilliant business. Yes, it's an amazing opportunity to be your own boss and help people to help dogs, but you're also able to reach so many lovely, amazing dog owners, dog professionals, and people who work in rescue and are doing an amazing job. So as well as looking at your turnover levels, you're also looking at the amount of people that you're reaching and the amount of people that ultimately are able to go on and help people to help dogs. So yeah, that's kind of what it's all about.
Great. So what are people getting for that money? So that initial upfront payment, what do they get in the way of support? A lot. It's very much a hand-holding process. It's not kind of, here's your new business, here's an operations manual, off you go. We're very careful about who we take on board. I don't speak to people straight away now. They go through to Stephanie, my PA, first, to be whittled down, if you like. Sounds a bit harsh. Not scary. We're not looking necessarily for any top models, but top models can apply. No, essentially what we're providing is people a business in a box, a turnkey business, if you like, with a proven marketing business success formula, flexible working hours, unique brands, exclusive territory, sustainable margins, extensive training initially, and then moving on, hand-holding through the other franchise partners, as well as initially support calls as well with our team. I think that the main thing that you can't put a value on is the job satisfaction. I see it a lot when franchise partners come on board. They are full of new ideas and it is brilliant. They're brimming with all these exciting ideas, and then once they start implementing things, and then they get their first course attendee that comes back and says, I've just helped a dog with what you taught me, you just see them sort of ramp it up a level, and they're off and they're flying, which is brilliant. I suppose that's the great thing about a business like this, is that you know you're doing
good,
an awful lot of good, and you know, if you're an animal lover, we've all been in the situation where we our hearts broken because they're so helpless at times, and we are literally the only thing that can help them in that moment. And if you're not equipped to do that, so I can relate to that.
And they can't talk and they can't tell you, like with a child you can say, does it hurt here, or with the dog, they can't do that.
So with that in mind then, because obviously what your guys are doing is it's a huge responsibility, because you know, if they're teaching people how to save lives effectively, so where does that training come from?
It's an extensive process. So as you can imagine, we don't just get people on board and send them off and let them loose on the public, if you like. So it starts off with numerous webinars and workbooks that they need to work their way through. And there's a range of subjects covered in the webinars and workbooks, everything from project management, presentation skills, vision, goal setting, much more. And then they have on-site training as well. So when you come on board as a new franchise partner, we spend some time in person going through business systems and processes and our why we do what we do, why they have come on board, why they're doing what they're doing, and working out who they want to reach and why they want to reach those people, to make sure that they are clear with their passion and who they want to help with their courses. We also spend some time on site going through the course content as well, looking at the different aspects that we teach. But the core part of the training in the course content is done by one of our veterinary professionals over several sessions, and really pulled apart into minute detail, so that everyone who comes on board is absolutely confident that they know the answers to any questions that they think could be pinged over to them on a course. However, that said, everyone's different. Everyone's got different questions to ask on a course. So with our franchise partners, no one can know anything. I still get asked questions on courses, even though I've done this for 5+ years now, that throw me. But the beauty of not being in business on your own with Dog First Aid franchise is that you can then say to that person, leave it with me, I'll ask one of our team members and come back to you. And we've got members of our team, Rachel, South Wales, brilliant on canine nutrition. We've got a couple of members of our teams who are from a finance background, and an accountant, a director. We've got a teacher, we've got fantastic veterinary professionals, a couple of veterinarians, and also a couple of vet nurses as well. We've got all sorts of skill sets within the organisation, and as a franchise partner you become part of that, and you've got all of those resources to tap into as well. So it really is it's a lovely environment to work in, because everyone is it's in everyone's best interest to see everyone else succeed. Plus, although I'm hugely biased, I'm sure, but if you speak to any of the other guys, we all want to support each other. We are all genuinely nice people that are dog lovers and want to help dogs, which is what it's all about.
So as far as ongoing training is concerned, obviously I know with human first aid, and I have actually been on one of Joe's courses myself, because I've got a little Jack Russell. But with human first aid, things are changing all the time. So the recommendations for how you should deal with a certain situation are always changing. And presumably that's the same with dog first aid as well. So how does that ongoing training for your franchise partners get put into place?
Yeah, absolutely. So, for example, last year, because we're now in 2019.
3 days of this year.
There was a change in the canine CPR guidelines, so that gets updated and rolled out across the board with all our franchise partners. If there are any areas that franchise partner would like extra training, then we invite them to flag it up to us, and we arrange sessions around that. So, for example, September last year, we all spent the day with a business coach, which was hugely beneficial. I'm sure anyone who went on that day would agree with me there. You went away needing a lie down, but it was really, really useful and lovely to meet up, because we are all spread around the country. To actually meet up, not virtually, is really cool as well. And in fact, tomorrow night we've got our Dog First Aid Christmas party a bit late, so a few of us will be meeting up tomorrow, and my plan tonight was actually to raise a toast to you. I don't know if I'll be able to do that tomorrow night because I've had this horrible bug, so I'm on the Lemsip. So I might be the only sober one at the Dog First Day Christmas party. But yeah, so it's a lovely environment to work in. In terms of just jumping back to a question you asked earlier on about the initial training, when someone comes on board and they've completed their training with us, we then assess to make sure that they're ready to go live. As part of the training process, new franchise partners are invited to attend courses and shadow courses, but we then also shadow them on their first course, so they're not on their own, because obviously new girl at school sort of thing, it's a bit daunting
experience.
So we always make sure that there's a member of the team out there to support them, if not myself then one of the others, just to make sure that there's a friendly face in the audience, but also to provide some feedback. And that's one of my things that I always get on my feedback, is that I but unless you've got someone giving you that feedback, you're not aware of it. And now I catch myself like that.
So with the ongoing training, it's not just necessarily the first aid side. They get business training and opportunities to develop their own CPD, as it were.
Absolutely. It's something that is ongoing, definitely a hand-holding process. I'm humming again. I'm not really aware of it now.
I'm sure people don't.
So we provide weekly calls initially with new franchise partners to make sure that they are happy to implement the processes and the systems and able to move that forwards. If they are then happy with everything, then we'll move them on to bi-weekly or monthly. Very much individual. Some people like the accountability of a weekly call. That's absolutely fine. We also have our AGM every year, where there is a great section by some professionals on training. Last year we had bookkeeping, and this year, we have social media as well. This year we've got sales and media and all sorts of exciting stuff planned. Shouldn't give away too much because the agenda hasn't been released yet to the franchise partners. We also, as I said, provide whatever's requested to the best of our ability as well, and we invite experts to speak as well. So summer 2017, we had lovely Erin from Believe in Magic Dog Training. Absolutely fantastic session on stress signs, because obviously if you've got a dog who is in an emergency situation, you need to be able to read the dog's body language to make sure that you're not putting yourself or another human at risk. So looking at stress signs is something that we do discuss in our courses. Things like lip licking, panting, yawning, even just an increased breath rate is something that we do discuss, just to make sure that we're not setting anyone up to fail and sending them in hands first and risking them getting bitten. So so whatever training is asked of us, we try and provide.
So as far as territories and areas, how do you know that it's going to work in a specific area?
Good question. Well, what you actually did was work with a mapping agent, a professional mapping agent, who looked at the number of dogs per household in built-up areas, and then the number of dogs per household in rural areas, and then territories have been mapped out accordingly. I do speak to a lot of other franchisors, and the shock, I think is the right word, on their faces when I tell them the size of our territories and the amount of households in our territories. It is quite visible, because our territories in the franchise world are actually really large, whereas in actually reality of providing dog first aid courses, we want to ensure that our franchise partners are set up for success from the word go, and they've got the opportunity to have a large territory that they can not drown with courses, if you like, and saturate, and make sure that they've got the ongoing market to make sure their courses are getting the fill rates that they're aiming for. That said, with regards to the business model, I'm by no means sitting here saying that it's a business where you're skipping through the fields with the wind in your hair. It's a magic money tree or anything like that. It is very much what you put in, you get out. If you're dedicating 5 hours a week to running your Dog First Aid franchise, you are not going to be seeing the same turnover levels as those franchise partners that are putting in 30, 40 hours a week. It is very much what you put in, you get out, and a lot of the business model itself is about getting out there and meeting the customers and getting in front of the right people. Because if you're sitting at home in your pajamas drinking tea, you're not going to be getting the same amount of turnover as a franchise partner who's putting the hours in to their business. But it is definitely a business as proven through the model that is viable and ready to go. The the variety of our franchise partners is fantastic, as I said, and the way that the territories have been mapped out is to set them up for success. But when you've got such a wide range of geographical areas, so for example, Catherine, I'm not sure if she's still here, but Catherine popped on from Scotland. Her territory geographically looks absolutely massive, because in North Scotland there's not actually that many people. Whereas if you look at a section of London geographically, that looks a lot smaller on the face of it. So yeah, so there we go.
So how many hours a week would somebody that was looking to come on board have their own business to make it a success? In your experience, how many hours a week would, because you talked a little bit earlier about job satisfaction, and obviously one of the biggest problems that people have when it comes to job dissatisfaction, is that right?
Yeah, I think that's a real word. Lianism.
Yeah, that'll do. Is you know that they have more of a work life than a personal life, and so how many hours in your experience?
It depends what you want to get out of it. We'd recommend a minimum of 4 courses a month and about 30 to 40 hours a week.
And how long are the courses?
The courses, they're 3.5 hour courses, but essentially you're working for half a day when you're actually on the courses. The rest of the time during that week is spent on admin, sales, marketing, and building your business up. Got a question there from Emily Jones: how many courses a month to get those targets? So they're based on 4 courses per calendar month, Emily. Pauline: so a great opportunity to hold courses in ringcraft at dog shows and agility competitions.
Yeah,
absolutely, Pauline, absolutely. Oh, hi Jill. Jill's a lovely fellow sighthound lover. It's a bit like St John's first aid service for dogs, but with UK Business Support Network to help you. Absolutely. Fliss is our Wiltshire-based franchise partner. She's popped on there. The variety of skill sets by all franchise partners is just fantastic, as there are so many different people who can answer queries and support each other. I think a brilliant example of that I was using when I spoke to a new franchise partner that's coming on board for Nottingham area later this month, was we had one of our franchise partners was trolled online, and straight away the support there for that person was huge, whereas when you're in business on your own, you haven't got that support level around you. So to be part of a team, and I think me personally, if I'd been on my own at that point, I would have crumbled if that had been me getting that level of trolling. But no, absolutely fantastic. Oh, Catherine Price got no sound for some reason. Can anyone hear us? We've just been talking to ourselves.
Still getting comments.
We're still getting comments and thumbs up, so hopefully. Pauline, yeah, more time in equals more results out. So true. Catherine, our Scotland franchise partner, has put on there, and I am so up for this, North Coast 500 road trip next year. So North Scotland road trip next year. I'm so up for
that. And of course you're going to need your admin support.
Well, we'll have to bring Leanne as well, Catherine. She'll be fine. She'll take up no room.
I know Scotland really well as well.
Bit of a Scotland fan, aren't
Yeah.
you? How much per delegate to attend? Maximum number per course, says Emily. Really good question. So, how much per delegate? £49.50 per place. Maximum number per course is 30 maximum. We did have some course hosts in the early days who would invite more than 30, and it just is not a productive learning environment at all. So we've had to cap it at 30. I'm not saying you're going to get 30 attendees on every course. It is very much a case of finding what your hotspots are in your territory and going from there. So some areas you'll be able to get more numbers in more regularly than other areas and sort of get a feel for your patch, if you like. But it's very much something that you need to work your numbers out and make sure that your goals are matched up to the numbers that you need to bring in the revenue for each course individually and go from there. But that's something that we work on with you to start.
Thick and fast now.
Yeah, loads. I can hear you. Thank you, Danny. Hi, Danny. Rachel. Oh, brilliant. So Rachel is lovely lady in South Wales that I was saying is really hot on nutrition stuff and behaviour and all sorts of amazing things. In fact, she introduced me to Licky Nuts for Willow.
My dog loves them.
Willow loves Licky Nuts. Yeah.
And Catherine says, that's okay, Leanne, you are welcome.
Hey, I sort of glossed over that. I don't know if you know.
Doesn't take up much space.
No, she'd fit in a suitcase. Handbag.
And Catherine Phillips also said that she has internet issues, but she's just yelled at the kids to get off.
Brilliant.
Oh, great.
Brilliant.
So we've got a few more questions. If you do have any more, if you guys have got any more, keep pinging them at us. What are the ongoing fees?
Okay, so yeah, the ongoing fees, the way the franchise works is basically to keep the website going, to pay for admin support and all that kind of jazz. We obviously need to charge ongoing fees, royalty fees, if you like. We don't charge them for the first 3 months to make sure that you've got a chance to get your business set up and running. And then from the 4th month, it's 10% of turnover. But that isn't invoiced until the 5th month. Does that make sense?
My maths is awful,
okay,
so my head's going like...
Okay, so your first 3 months are fee-free.
Yes.
Your 4th month, 10% of turnover.
Yeah.
But we don't know what your 4th month turnover is until the 5th month.
Right. I'm with you now.
So in month 5...
Too late at night for that.
I've had a Lemsip. So month 5 is when you pay your first franchise fee. So you've got all that time to hit the ground and build your sales up. In the way that 10% is split is 2% is a national marketing budget fee and 8% is the admin fee. So the admin fee that goes to keeping the cogs of the wheel, cogs of the business turning. The wheels of the business?
The wheels of the business, yeah.
Um, and then the 2% is put into a pot. So with the 2%, we look at marketing the brand nationally to make sure that we're helping to boost the business across the UK. And it looks like internationally at some point in the near future too.
Is Scotland and Wales not counted internationally?
Yeah.
It kind of is from Wiltshire.
Yeah, so exciting times ahead, and that's how the fee structure works. It's very much a way that is set so that you're not. I know a lot of franchises will charge from month one, which I think is really unfair because you haven't got a chance to get any sales in before you're shelling more money out.
Yeah, sure.
So the other thing that I don't think I mentioned is with regards to the initial franchise fee. We have partnered up with NatWest. They've reviewed all of our agreements and all of our bits and bobs, gone through them all with a fine-tooth comb, and they have actually offered new franchise partners coming on board up to 70% funding. So you don't have to find the whole initial investment yourself. There is funding available through NatWest, which is really, really cool and quite a compliment to the franchise as well.
You touched a little bit up on it earlier, but what are the guarantees?
Yeah. So we got with the franchise itself, we guarantee that you're going to make your money back within the first 12 months. If you don't make your money back within the first 12 months and you have followed the systems and processes, then we will refund you. The analogy I gave earlier on about sitting in your pajamas drinking tea, you can't come on board and do that for 12 months and then say it didn't work. But yeah, so we are that confident in our systems and processes that we have got that guarantee in place. And the other guarantee that we offer as well is for course attendees. So if like Leanne came on our course, or when Leanne came on our course, if she hadn't felt that she'd been instilled with the skills that she needed to act, or she felt that she hadn't been instilled with the confidence that she needed to act in an emergency, and she flagged that up to us in lines with the terms and conditions on the website, then she would have been able to come back for free at any time. But I think I'm pretty safe in saying that you
No, I was thankfully, I've never had to use it.
Oh, don't say that out now.
So finally, how does somebody express an interest in coming on board?
Well, first step is to drop us an email or send us a message through the Facebook page. You can email info@dog-first-aid.com or
We'll
message.
pop that in the comments as well.
Yeah, should I do that now while we're there? Or you can ping the Facebook page a message. The other thing you can do as well is pop over to the website to dog-first-aid.com/franchise, and then you can check out more information on there and register for the prospectus as well. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you all.
It looks like we've got a few more questions. So Emily Jones, says, any price increases planned for 2019?
In terms of the franchise, no. In terms of the course places, potentially. But that's something that we're looking to discuss further. Yeah.
Okay. Catherine says, as long as we have a Prosecco fridge, I'm fine with it. I just think that relates to our little trip to Scotland. Can't see anyone arguing with that. Danny says, is this just for the UK, Europe, or are there any? What you just touched
absolutely.
on that?
There are international opportunities available. Absolutely. Advantage of franchises that are going on a pro trainings. Yeah. So essentially all the benefits that we've discussed that come with the franchise. I'd love to talk to you more actually about that, Emily. But all the benefits that we offer as a franchise is an ongoing business model rather than just a training course. We're not a trainer kind of organisation at all. What we're actually providing is a business opportunity It's completely different kettle of fish. I think that's all of them.
Everything at the moment.
Yeah.
Great. Well, if you do have any more questions, put them in the comments. Keep them coming. I'm sure Jo or one of her team will be able to keep an eye on them and answer them for you. But I hope that you've enjoyed this little chat we've been having, and you feel more informed now about who Dog First Aid franchise are and the opportunities that they have. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, not at all. If you found this useful, do just let us know in the comments, and we'll look to do another one at some point as well. Keep an eye out on the page. Look out for the Route 500, I think it is, the North Scotland tour. Been really, really exciting to do the tour with Catherine, especially now as she's promised that there's going to be Prosecco in the fridge. Yes. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. Wishing you all a very happy 2019, and we shall see you again soon.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.